New lesbian Kabbah blasphemous art. So we just wanted to highlight some beautiful art we made recently. Well, we didn't make it. We commissioned our amazingly talented artist.
We did make it because she's atheist. She's our artist. She's part of Atheist Republic. So it's us.
Okay, yes, a collective we. Just so people didn't think it was us too. I'm not this talented. So yes, well, should we talk about the background of this art? Like Armin, it was
well,
your
for people,
idea.
let's give some. Well, see, like some people are like don't understand what this is, so because some people don't know that we do blasphemous art. Okay, so guys, every week we have new blasphemous art, but this week's blasphemous art we just wanted to it was very special. So we wanted to make sure that we share it with you guys. By the way, link to the uncensored version of this is in the description, is under News 10 for people who want to see the uncensored version of this. This was my idea. So if we're gonna have more of this, okay, we're gonna have more Kabbah themed blasphemous art, because as I have mentioned many times here, that it is my prediction that one day there's going to be maybe not in our lifetime, but there's going to be one day that is going to be a gay pride parade around Kabbah. Okay, that is, and when that happens, people need to unearth the videos of me coming up with this prediction and be like, how did he know, right? But as a way to like show how LGBT and will people loving each other the way they want will one day take over everywhere on the planet. We try to keep highlighting that in the last place that a lot of people would assume it will happen. Okay, so this art goes to celebrating that, and we're going to have more of this. We're going to have more Kabbah themed gay and lesbian art. Okay, maybe we should have Muhammad and a Hindu god at the Kabbah. Like I think we should have one of that as well. Yeah, so that would be interesting as well. Wait, you want to read the caption for it? By the way, for people who want to like don't know, like we have blasphemous art every single week. Okay, if you want to see the blasphemous art that we make every single week, this is just one of them. Like how many have we made so far? Like we're at, let me actually check the right number. We have made many now.
Maybe almost 100.
And
we've been doing like 2 a week for almost a year now, 2 or more a week.
We have 80 right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you want to read the caption for this?
Yes. Okay, so this is the caption we came up with. Tell a little story. Saying, when Nadia went on Hajj, she was expecting a spiritual experience unlike anything she's felt before. However, she was disappointed when her pilgrimage did not meet her expectations. Then, when her eyes fell upon Amina, she experienced divinity in a way she never anticipated.
Right. AJ is saying, how about a Hindu god, Jesus and Muhammad at the Kabbah? We're trying to keep all our art because we are getting our artists to do so much work. So doing 3 character art is more time consuming than doing 2. So that's why, for the sake of making sure that we meet our quota every month, we're trying to make sure that every single art piece has only 2 characters in it. Oh yeah, by the way, I just want to say, like, I have to be careful not to click on the uncensored word, because then it's going to see, if I click here, you're going to see.
Oh my God, don't do it.
Yeah, actually, let me be careful. Let me actually show the main homepage. I have to like not click on anything just in case like there's an accident. All right, so see, if you go to blasphemousart.com, you should be able to see all our art. Okay, and you can see these buttons that takes you to the uncensored version. Okay, and if you want to make sure that our art gets emailed to you, you could get the ebook. You could subscribe to our newsletter and get the ebook of all of our art, which gets updated for every once in a while. And also, the people who have access to the uncensored version are the patrons, who are responsible for making it possible for us to pay for all this art, right? So thank you so much for everybody who's supporting us on Patreon. You guys are responsible for us being able to consistently make beautiful art like this every single week. I have to be really careful not to click on this. Ah! Okay, gotta get a strike. Okay, so yeah, so link in the description to link for you to find all our art, and also if you want to support us to make more art, because once we get enough patrons, we're gonna start animating. Like right now, we're experimenting a little with animation, but we're gonna make more animation once we get. How many patrons we're gonna have to reach to actually make serious animation? Sus, you don't remember?
At least like 500.
No, I think 500 is going, like, we're gonna step up the short animations. But if we hit, like, if we ever reach 1,000 animation, like, we're gonna make short little movies like Blasphemous Art like this. So if you want to help us get there, link in the description. But if you don't want to support us on Patreon financially, you could just subscribe to our newsletter, and you get the Safe for Work version of all this art for free. So a link to that in the description. And yeah, so
wait, this is something Vlad is asking. Why? What is the point? Well,
look at it.
There's if you subscribe to our newsletter and then download the ebook, it kind of tells you more of the backstory, because there was a big occasion, which we are approaching the first anniversary of, that inspired this. But basically, it was the backlash to some of Armin's blasphemy towards a Hindu goddess by calling her sexy that prompted a huge firestorm towards our organization. And instead of backing down under the worst harassment any of us have ever experienced, we decided to double down and say, no, we're not doing anything wrong. This isn't wrong. LGBT stuff isn't wrong. We want to normalize it. Blaspheming stuff that is sacred or holy isn't wrong. It isn't harmful. We want to normalize that. Being sex positive or reimagining religious stories to be more like the stories we want to tell, that's creative. We're challenging norms. These things aren't wrong. So that's just a little bit of the background into why we turned this into an entire project. And it's a lot of fun. Armin and I and our team come up with some pretty hilarious ideas. And we have a lot of fun doing it.
Yes. Yeah, actually, the fun part of it is also very important, because sometimes, like, we tell you all the reasons why we're doing this, okay? But at the same time, we do have a lot of reasons for why we're doing this. But also, if we didn't have any reason, this will still be okay. Like, this is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're doing, like, we are trying to normalize blasphemy. We're trying to promote sex positivity. And we're trying to normalize dissent. We're trying to promote free speech. But if we weren't doing any of those things, look at the art. Is it not beautiful? Like, wouldn't it also be okay to just do this? Just do this because it's just beautiful to look at? Like, what if we're just having fun? Like, we have our reasons, but we don't even need those reasons. What if we wanted to do art because people like it, people seem to be enjoying it, and we enjoy making them? What if that was the only reason, right? Another thing that I'm saying even then it would be completely okay. Another thing I wanted to mention is some people were like on YouTube were like keep saying like, oh, you're demonizing Muslims. Like, really demonizing Muslims? Like, your homophobia is showing. This is like demonizing Muslims? Like, if you see this as an insult, then I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. What I'm talking about. You're a homophobe. Okay. So if you see this as an attack, one of the things that we're showing is how homophobic people are by thinking that, by seeing this as an insult, right? Like, we're exposing their homophobia by them getting offended by all of this, right? Or people's general sex negativity. And also people's sexism, because we have a lot of like male art, you know, gay male art, straight art with male, and people like look at this and like, you're sexualizing women or you're objectifying women. I'm like, no, you are, because because you see that we have male on male art, and but you get offended when it's female with female, or when there's any female, like you know, when
apparently
we have like
displaying female sexuality is inherently objectifying, but it isn't for men. I'm like, I take offense to that.
No, yeah, I mean, it shows that they think that what we're doing is sexism, but when they get offended when we depict women in a sexual way, and they don't get offended when we depict men in a sexual way, shows that their culture and their mentality is that they have ownership over women, and you're basically, it's like their position, their place as a man to say like, you don't get to do this to our women, and these are not even real women, okay? But
Well, we
even with
also get
non-real women, yeah.
it's also a lot of like feminists who have the same criticism that you're sexualizing and objectifying women, and it's like I don't think showing a sexual woman is inherently a bad thing. It's not inherently objectifying. Like what the hell?
Yeah. So okay. So two things. People say you're sexualizing women, or you're objectifying women. Okay. First of all, sexualizing women. Women are sexual. Men and women are sexual. We're not sexualizing them. They are sexual creatures. You trying to take that away from them, you are the sexist, right? When you're saying you're sexualizing women, you're saying that women don't get to be sexual. Women are not sexual. You're trying to steal their sexuality away from them. Okay. We're trying to celebrate women's sexuality. You're trying to deny its existence. Okay. So again, you're being the sexist. Also, I never understood what people mean by objectifying like women. First of all, we do this with men as well. Like we have art of men as well, with men as well. But also objectifying, you're literally doing the opposite when you're showing someone's sexuality. Okay. When you look at other than objective fills, like you're humanizing somebody when you're showing them in a sexual way, because you only feel that with humans. You don't feel that with, unless you have issues, you don't feel that with animals or objects. You only feel that with humans. So appreciating other human beings' sexuality is the opposite of objectifying them, is humanizing them, because you feel that with humans, not objects. Like, you're like, do you feel that with a rock? Because I don't. Anyway, so these are basically all the messages that we try to touch on. It gives us an excuse to talk about these things every time. And yeah, we think it's beautiful, and we enjoy it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to look at it, right? So
True.
there's that. Yes.
We're not.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, and also, like, actually, you're right. Bad feminists. Like, let's just be clear with that, because not all feminists. Okay,
True.
We weren't trying to like dismiss all feminists as like, we were talking about some feminists. Okay, there's good way. There's, there are many good feminists.
Yes, we're feminists.
Yeah, we're feminists. Secular Rarity saying great stream. Oh, thank you. Vlad is saying great live stream. Of what? Of the Zacros? What does that mean? But thank you. That's because they are hypocrites. Yeah, but not all, again.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of Blasphemy and Sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our Blasphemous Art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.